Good evening. Welcome to QUT Web News.
Good evening.
The teenager filmed allegedly spitting on a train security officer during a racial rant was granted bail this morning, despite police objections. The man faced 7 charges, including assault occasioning bodily harm.
17-year-old Abdul Qadir Russell Boomzar was granted bail under strict conditions. They include that he continue to live with his parents, report to police, and only leave the house with parental supervision, unless he's attending court, work, or seeing his lawyer. He's also not allowed near Queensland rail infrastructure. The victim, or the other defendant, Bailey Clout, who pled guilty to creating a nuisance on a railway.
Magistrate Bronwyn Springer described the boy's behaviour as disgusting and questioned his intention to dispute the spitting charge.
It's alleged the victim asked the accused to take their feet off train seats at Indooroopilly on October 2. What ensued was a tirade of abuse and racial slurs. The video was posted online and quickly went viral.
If you want to come to our country, do you even have a citizenship?
The victim was applauded for his calm reaction in the face of such abuse.
That's his job, you know, he's professional what he does, and I'm happy he did that. If I was there, I would have taken everything in my own and just deal with the judge in court.
Late this afternoon, Mr. Russell Boomzar emerged from the watch house.
I would like to give an apology to the bloke on the train and to everyone that was offended by my video.
The matter is expected back in court on November 3. Miles Holly, QUT News.
Queenslanders could soon see their electricity bills go down. The Newman Government has proposed a $3.5 billion sweetener, just in time for the state election. They say it's to offset Labor's costly solar bonuses.
It was a scheme to help the environment, but the solar bonus scheme hasn't been helping consumers' wallets, with the costs being added to their electricity bill. Premier Campbell Newman says those days may soon be over, with the introduction of another scheme, the Strong Choices Electricity Price Relief.
At the end of the day, this is about relief for Queenslanders. The solar bonus scheme was adding large licks of dollars every year to power bills.
While the government is looking to reduce the cost of electricity in the future, it's here in the home where people are suffering.
What we've seen over the last probably 3 or 4 years is that people are much more savvy in terms of their electricity usage.
Mr. Bates says people are constantly struggling with their electricity bills and will continue to, unless the price is lowered.
You're not even going to have your fans on or your lights on. I sit in the dark at night at time because of the light.
I get stressed and very depressed and very agitated and panic attacks if I haven't got the funds there when I got to pay for my bills which are due.
The scheme could see significant savings for households over a 5-year period. For a frugal single person, they can expect a savings of $300. A couple is likely to save $430, and a family with 2 children can expect $860 off their power bill. Of course, the scheme is dependent on the government being in power after the next election. Celeste Skinner, QUT News.
With the summer storm season just weeks away, many Queenslanders aren't prepared for emergencies. So, a new TV advertising campaign was launched today, urging people to get ready.
The government and RACQ are joining forces in a public display in King George Square to ram home with the message, get ready and prepare.
Your roof.
We'll be seeing a lot of this new advertisement on our TV screens this week.
If a Category 4 or a 5 comes over your town, you need to be ready, and the time to get ready is now.
A global El Niño pattern means Queensland will typically experience drier conditions this summer. That means the conditions are perfect for bushfires, but it's the unpredictable nature of wild storms that are the main concern.
They can strike quickly, and it's important to know what you'll do. Do your planning in blue skies, don't wait for the thunder around you to know what you might do if your house starts to get into trouble.
The Queensland Government wants Get Ready Week to serve as a reminder to prepare for what Mother Nature can deliver. Families like here in Toowong and in Paddington, 2 suburbs away, had homes impacted by the 2011 floods. To get ready, you need to have an emergency kit on hand, clean up your yard, clear roof gutters, and have a portable radio with fresh batteries for storm information. The RACQ has also fitted out a van that can take to disaster areas to provide emergency supplies of food and water.
RACQ's mobile member centre is designed as part of the disaster relief package. It'll go in with government, obviously emergency services, and hopefully provide some assistance.
And the van will be touring danger areas to spread the Get Ready message. Kane Burgess, QUT News.
Aussie school students may be studying from a revised national curriculum as early as 2016. A just-released review proposes a range of changes to making learning simpler.
The federal government review found the current curriculum is too crowded. It recommended a decluttered, parent-friendly and back-to-basics approach. The current emphasis on Indigenous and Asian studies will be replaced with a broader world view.
There isn't enough in the curriculum on our Western civilisation, that sometimes Western civilisation is covered in a negative way.
The review also suggested the curriculum needs a stronger focus on literacy and numeracy, particularly in younger grades. Reviewers Kevin Donnelly and Ken Wiltshire say primary school students are expected to learn too much. The Minister believes simplifying the curriculum will make a big difference to student performance. Opposition leader Bill Shorten says performance without resources does not add up.
You can have the best curriculum in the world, but if the kids don't have the right equipment, they don't have the right books, they don't have the resources to be able to go to school, all the curriculum in the world doesn't help.
State education ministers will meet in December to discuss their recommendations. Mr Pine hopes to release a final response early next year. Safi Karaji, QUT News.
A new Australian domestic airline is about to take off, flying in the face of a financial downturn for other carriers. Called JetGo, it will be based in Brisbane and connect passengers flying from Sydney to regional Queensland centres.
The JetGo launch comes at a time when major established airlines like Qantas are doing it tough and having to dramatically cut costs to try and remain profitable. The orange logo airline will begin operating with 2 Brazilian-built Embraer aircraft seating 36 passengers.
We're much faster, offering point-to-point services that bypass the hubs at Sydney and Brisbane. It's a jet compared to a turboprop, so it's more comfortable, quieter, and has historically a better safety record.
Even before the airline is airborne, JetGo boss is planning to expand his fleet with 3 slightly larger Embraer 140s.
The jet is a lot quieter to ride in. By being faster, it also climbs faster, so it gets above the turbulence in summer much quicker, and it gets to the destination now 65% faster than a comparable turboprop.
Over 7 million people use regional airlines like JetGo each year, with the majority of passengers being fly-in and fly-out workers, which JetGo hope to attract.
JetGo will begin services from Sydney to Roma on the 10th of November and Gladstone in December. Toby Loftus, QUT News.
In sport, recent controversy surrounding the Wallabies has cast doubt they'll emerge as winners against the All Blacks this Saturday. The team says they're focusing on a united game play.
The Wallabies are determined to stay strong in the face of adversity for their match this weekend against the New Zealand All Blacks. The players have faced a rough season so far, with many losses and injuries plaguing the team. Vice-captain Adam Ashley Cooper remains positive the team will pull together before this weekend's match. He said a team honesty session yesterday had helped iron out any lingering issues.
We all addressed each other with ideas how to improve ourselves, improve the team, and how we go about this week to beating All Blacks, because that's, at the end of the day, our main objective is to win this weekend against the #1 team in the world.
Beale is set to face a Code of Conduct tribunal next week. Despite Beale's actions, he's got the support of Wallabies captain Michael Hooper and Ashley Cooper.
The Wallabies are also at the centre of controversy off-field. Their business manager Di Patston quit her position last week after a shouting match with flybacker Kurtley Beale, after he allegedly sent inappropriate text messages to Di and his fellow teammates.
I'd love for him to stay within the Australian Rugby Union, one, because he's a great bloke, and two, because he's an extremely talented football player.
The Wallabies will face off against the All Blacks on Saturday night at Suncorp. Caitlin Parker, QUT News.
More drama and fallout from the Bathurst 1000 today. The Red Bull Racing boss says Jamie Whincup ignored team orders to conserve fuel late in yesterday's race. That cost them the victory when the car ran out of fuel.
It's Australia's most prestigious race, but the call of being crowned King of the Mountain inspires some drivers to take big chances.
I had two options, to back it right off and run second, or risk it all and go for the win.
After starting the race at the back of the grid, Jamie Whincup produced one of the great all-time drives, eventually taking the lead late in the day. But the four-time Bathurst champ was pipped in the final lap by young gun Chaz Mostert after running out of fuel.
There's only one lap you need to lead, and it's the last lap. Unbelievable.
It capped off one of the most dramatic days on the mountain in recent memory. For only the third time in history, the race was suspended for track repairs. Crashes were a regular feature, with the safety car deployed 10 times during the tough endurance race. Mostert and co-driver Paul Morris produced one of the greatest comebacks in the race history after starting last on the grid.
I knew we had the fuel to run hard to the end, and I thought I'd just give it a red-hot crack go, and if we got there, we got there, and I don't know how we pulled it off.
It's only the second time Triple Eight Racing has missed the podium at Bathurst. Eric Thorpe, QUT News.
Good evening. We had some perfect spring weather over the weekend in Brisbane, but some gusty winds blew in today and there could be storms on the way. In the southeast today, Brisbane reached 26. It was sunny on both the Gold and Sunshine coasts, while Ipswich reached a high of 26. Around the nation tomorrow, rain expected in Sydney and Melbourne, developing into possible storms. Hobart and Adelaide can expect rain too. But it will be sunny skies in Perth and Darwin. The forecast for Queensland tomorrow, clear skies for Cairns and Townsville with tops in the low 30s. Clouds should clear in Mackay with showers for Rocky and 31 degrees the top. And sunny out in Longreach. The outlook for Brisbane over the next 3 days, storms should clear late tomorrow with sunny skies on Wednesday and rains expected again on Thursday. That brings you up to date with the weather.
And that's all the news we have for now.
We'll be back tomorrow with more QT News. Goodbye.
Goodbye.